So one day I was randomly scrolling on Facebook Marketplace when all of a sudden I came across this thing. Big, giant beanbag. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, okay, it looks like there's different sizes and it's only 1,500 rand. Uh yeah, I don't believe that. So I decided to ask the guy how much it actually was because these people lie on Facebook Marketplace. So, how much for the beanbag, my man? Yeah. Um, and you think that's bad? Have a look at the real price on the real website. Yeah, no comment. Um, so I decided to make it myself. Starting off with a pattern. I think we should make this a series where things like cheaper, just a ton cheaper. Because I am determined to make this the 2 meter size, um, lengthwise for way cheaper. Because I am not paying those prices, especially when I can, make it myself for cheaper. So I'm basically just putting big pieces of paper together in order to get my half circle shape.
Okay, so I taped it down at the corner here so that when I do this thing, it'll go wee.
That was a very weird explanation, but basically I'm using it like a compass. If you have a compass this big, please feel free to use that because this is very inaccurate. Um, and it's a disaster. But I mean, it doesn't matter because it's a big floof of material anyway. You're not gonna see it. It's not precise. It doesn't have to be precise. Okay.
I don't know. So it's like a huge half circle. Yeah, that's it. I'm an absolute idiot. I cut out the wrong line. Oh shoot. Oh, yeah. So I made it 0.5 so you can see how big this thing is. It's huge. Yeah.
Okay, so since I was an idiot, uh, I decided to cut off the seam allowance. So I wrote it down to make sure I didn't forget at all, because I mean, that's embarrassing.
Do you think I'll forget to add seam allowance? I don't think I'll forget.
So I did actually speed up this video quite a bit because I mean, this would have been an hour long if I didn't. So I'm sorry about that. If, my voice is like blah, 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 blah. It's not my fault. You can see how big this is compared to my flooring. Obviously, it doesn't account for, like, the videos don't show you how big it is, but it's quite big. So this particular material is 2.4 meters wide. So I don't know if you can tell, but it is folded over. And so once it's folded over, I fold it again a second time so that there's two folds. There's a fold up and there's a fold to the side. So at the corner, there will be like 4 folds where I put the, uh, stencil. So because I folded it twice, it will make a full circle if you unfold it. So you fold it up, then you fold it to the side, and you make sure the corner is where the folds are. So this material is going to be the lining. It's going to be the actual material that holds all the foam inside. And I'm going to make a cover for the actual beanbag so that I can take it off and wash it, because these people on Facebook Marketplace, they can't wash it. You can't take it off. It's just there. So if you spill coffee on it or you spill something, or I don't know, you can't fix it. It'll just be stained and then you'll have to get a new one. Where I am going to make a cover for it. So this material, like I said, is 7.5 meters long. It's 2.4 meters wide and 7.5 meters long. So the two circles are going to be 2 meters in diameter, so that's going to be 4 meters of the material already. And then I'm going to make 2 longer pieces of material which I'm going to put together, because there is no way I'm going to spend more money for more material per meter where I can just fold it over and have less material wasted. I'm going to use all the material then. So here I am actually planning out how long how high I want the beanbag, which is going to be 73 centimeters, because my other material is 73 centimeters if I split it in half.
This is a bit confusing.
Okay, quick explanation. Here is our beanbag. This is what it's gonna look like. This is a radius. It's gonna be 1 meter, whereas the whole thing is gonna be 2 meters, right? The length is going to be 75 centimeters. So do some math. You can pause to read. The circumference of the entire thing is 6.2 meters, but I'm gonna split that in half because I don't have enough material. And since it's on top of each other and it's folded, I just literally just cut on the fold. Simple, easy math. Guys, don't forget your seam allowance, because I did, and yeah. That video was without seam allowance. And you do not know how big 3.2 meters is. I rounded it up to 3.3 meters or 3. I don't know, I just rounded it up so that I have seam allowance on both sides. And I was straightening this thing out, and it's huge. You have no idea how long this is. It's crazy. I am basically planning out where and how long this needs to be so I can cut accurately, because I don't want this thing to be too small and then I have to do more material, and it's I don't want that to happen. So I made sure to put extra, because you can always cut off, but you can't add, if that makes sense. I can always take off rather than add. So that's why I put extra length to it. But I did give you guys the math of how to calculate it and everything, so you guys can do it with different lengths if you want, because I would totally understand if you're not going to do 2 meters, because I mean, it's a hectic project. But hey, at least I made the math easy for you guys, because I know some people don't give you the math. I also tend to realize that I actually whistle quite a bit in the raw footage. It's, yeah, embarrassing, but and a weird habit actually. I found that very weird. But yeah.
Bro, this is so long. Okay, I'm just kind of gonna wing it. Which is probably not the best situation.
Please do not wing it. I am a professional.
But in the hell?
Definitely a professional, guys. Like, come on.
Okay, I'm gonna wing this. Let's pray that, things work.
Okay, so I definitely recommend that you guys actually draw a line, because this could end up horribly, and I did wing it, even though I'm a professional.
I did it. It is exactly 77 every way.
I told you I'm a professional. I just know it. Anyway.
Not me, I'm just cutting the damn wire. There is your 1.3 meters.
3.1 meters. I said it wrong. Sorry, guys. 3.1, or technically 3.15, but yeah. You can tell from what I'm about to do now is what I did in the little short animation I created. I just cut down the fold. I just cut it shorter. If you have the perfect amount of material like I did on the second one, you just cut down the middle. You don't even have to cut it, because my other one was 1.5 meters and half of that is 75 centimeters. So I didn't have to do anything. I just had to cut it down the middle, but fold it in half. Don't forget the folding in half. And yeah, that's literally it. And then you have two pieces which you will sew together to make one long piece of 6.5 meters or 6.3 meters. Yeah, 6.3 meters. I just want to do an explanation here because with the other one I folded it was folded twice, so that what got me a full circle. Whereas this material, it wasn't long enough, it wasn't 2 meters wide, so it was 1.5 meters wide, so I had to do half circle instead of two full circles, which I'm not gonna lie is slightly annoying. So if you're gonna do 2 meters like I did, which I do not recommend, I make sure to get 2 meters width-wise.
Oh shoot.
I can't believe
Oof.
Clearly my dog wants attention, but basically what I did was in the previous one I left so much space at the bottom, which was a huge mistake because then my circles didn't line up. So I had to do something about it, and let's just saying the sewing was a huge struggle because it just didn't work out. It was a disaster because two half circles and one is longer than the other one. It's just disastrous. Okay, you can see I did it here again. I left space at the bottom which set off the height of the actual circle, and the one half circle was bigger than the other half circle, and it was just a pain in the ass to freaking sew. So here I put the two circles together, pretty sides together, and I basically made it a full circle. Turns out when you do work with fleece, it is the worst thing you could ever work with because it just doesn't want to go through your machine. It is so slippery and it's horrible, guys. It's really bad. I'm not gonna even lie, I improved it on a spare piece of material. I put the sides together and I would just try without using any of the pins. It's even worse without the pin. So I had to pin every single part of this fleece-like material. So this is what it looks like folded out, and when you finish sewing, then it looks very nice, very neat. Only problem I had is that the two sides were like opposite. It was so weird. Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Bro? That ain't supposed to happen. But we're gonna start from here. Because that seems safer.
Yeah, so it turns out your machine can literally tear through this material. It's so bad. So what I did was, as you saw, I couldn't hold the back part of the material to thread it through. That's why it got stuck and that's why it got torn. So I would start like 5 centimeters up from the bottom, and I could hold that material and, drag it through like what I'm doing now, thread it through. And when I'm done, I would just go back and start maybe 10 centimeters from the top again and just thread it down and just complete what was left. I just want to add that I did use a zigzag stitch because this material is just the worst, and I cannot risk letting it fray. So after I finished the 4 half circles, which made 2 big circles, so this is a part I pin like the height of the beanbag to the circumference, which we worked out, which were those 2 long pieces of material that's supposed to be like 6.2 meters, but we made it half. So I pinned it together and I added the zip because I want the zip to be at the bottom. But it doesn't actually matter because you won't see the zip.
Okay, so I have pinned all around, and then here is where I'm gonna put in my zip. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try and make it work. Okay. And I'm sewing down this side first before I get to the other side. So I stopped there, then I started again here. Now I'm done here. I'm gonna finish it there. Then I'm gonna go back there and come down here. Then I'm gonna finish it there, finish it there, like that. I closed the zip. Then I did more here. There, and just to close up the gap there. Then once you do that, it turns out like this. You can zip it up. Oh, flip. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I had to zip it up, but as you can see, it's not going anywhere. Then if you it ain't going anywhere. If you can see that. Don't know if you can see that. It's not going anywhere. Won't go further than that. So then here, I'm just gonna close it up here. I'm gonna do this again. And then I'm gonna do this. It's gonna close up. Then I'm going to close it up down the center. I don't know if this is making sense, but I hope it is, because I'll literally cry. I will literally cry if people don't make sense of this.
I sewed it up the middle and luckily it worked out, but I suggest, if I were to give advice, is to add more on the ends just so you can take off. Besides my awful singing, as you can see, I sewed the whole thing shut. There was nothing that I left like a small hole or anything because I knew I had the zip. So I kind of fed the zip from the inside to open up. But you can always leave it open if you want. but I closed it so that I could get, accurate results. But it doesn't really matter because it's going to be a big floof anyway.
Let's see if this works. Oh wait, but that's the type of material over there. Okay, so don't mind that piece there. Just mind here. Let's start the process. So, sorry for the glare, but because we sewed on the line, we have a seam. That is a seam. So, we have to line up the seams like that. And then from here, you go around to that side. And same this way. You go around until that side. Until the seams here are also, these need to be here. Seam and seam. But I will show you how to do that. Right now, we're chilling, okay? We're chilling. Right now, I'm gonna start pinning, and I gotta also add the zip. So that's gonna be great.
Just for reference, this video was sped up by 10, and it was about 10 minutes long, and I only just started pinning the zip, which I actually changed on how I sewed the zip from the last time. So I just pinned the zip to the two different sides, and then I'd sew in the zip first. And after sewing the zip, then I would attach the rest of the material because it would be easier and I wouldn't have to go two ways as I already did the zip. And I made sure to use the bigger zip on the outer layer because it's easier to put over the big ass beanbag. You can tell that this video is sped up by 5. It was a long video, and it is such a slow material to work with. Like, it's just takes forever, and it was horrible. Oh my goodness. But I mean, the end result was worth it.
Okay. So I pinned. Okay, you can't see properly, but I pinned. And I left this side like this open. But it is going to match up with the line. So you can see there, it matches up like that. Sorry. There. There's the line. It's gonna match up. And same for this side. There's a line. Matches up. And yeah. Let's get sewing.
You need to make sure that the lines match up, otherwise the seams won't match up and it won't work out. But this is where I went wrong and where I told you that I cut too much. This circle was way too big for the long rectangle that I, cut out. So I had to cut off like half of the circle. Okay, not half of the circle, but I had to cut off quite a bit of the circle for it to fit until the seam.
Okay, so you can see I serged both sides and did the zip. I serged and I crisscrossed. Okay, some you can see, some you can't see, but it's crisscrossed and it's serged all the way around. So now I gotta put that one on top of this one, sew it up in the middle like that, then I'm done.
Basically sewing the circle to the rectangular part again, except without the zip. So that's great. It was so much easier. And then again, once it's done, then you undo the zip from the inside and fold it inside out, and then there's your cover.
Finally, we're done. So as you can see, these okay, they sort of line up. Shut up. Okay, these line up. Okay, so that's like the side of it, but then it opens this way. But I also went down the side simply because I want this whole thing to not unravel. But that is our amazing poof. I just need to turn it inside out. That was a workout, but as you can see, it's done. That's the middle part. That's the outer. So it's gonna stand up like this. Ugh, look how big it is. My gosh. And then where's the zip? I literally, oh, there's the zip. Then that and that go together. Okay, mine was a mess, but this is how big this thing is, bro. This thing's huge. I can't even. That's a normal trash bag. No, that's an extra large trash bag. That's a normal trash bag. This thing, I don't know what it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to set this up somehow.
Oh my gosh. Did you not see the struggle I went through? Okay, I ordered 30 kilograms of foam, normal chip foam. I wanted to do memory foam, but I saw that the memory foam wasn't as fluffy as the chip foam. So it doesn't matter. I was like, okay, it doesn't matter. Chip foam, normal foam, any foam, it doesn't matter. So I went with the bigger option that took up more space. This thing was so hard to carry up the stairs. So I ordered 30 kilograms for a 2 meter by 2 meter bag. And I must say it isn't as fluffy, but it doesn't matter because I can always add more. If you want it like really fluffy, then I suggest maybe getting another 10 kilograms of this stuff. But 30 kilograms was enough for my beanbag. I didn't want any more. I'll maybe get more later. Now it's time for the price. So I had 11.9 meters of the black fleece, 7.5 meters of the random lining, and I had 2 zips, each of different lengths. So the fleece was 47 rand a meter, lining was 20 rand a meter, and zips were like 12 rand for both. It was actually cheaper, but yeah. Okay, so with the calculations of the material and the zips combined, it was only 722 rand. So now if we add the foam, which was 950 rand, it ends up to a total of 1,670 rand, which is approximately $89 or 70 pounds, which is still cheaper than the 1.5 meters of the guy on Facebook Marketplace. Tell me that's not a huge save.
Size reference. I am 180 centimeters. This is 2 meters. Oh, this is so good. I can sleep like this.
As you can see, it is huge. And a big thumbs up from me. I would 100% recommend this. Just not this huge of a size. Please, guys, like, make it smaller because this was too much effort. But I did it for you guys so you can see if you can do it cheaper, which I managed to do. Managed to get deals and everything. So, yeah. Let me know if you would like another video like this. And see you guys later. Bye!